Hi everyone, my name is Maggie Thomas. I'm a client care coordinator here over at Home and Said Senior Care. In this video, I'm going to show you how to reposition your client in bed, to prevent bed sores. We're going to be showing you how to use, to transfer from your bed to the walker or to the bedside commode or to the wheelchair. And we're also going to talk about a gait belt. So first, we are going to put on our mask. We are going to make sure our hands are washed. Every time you want to, before you start touching your client, you're going to want to make sure your hands are washed. We are going to place our gloves on as well. Okay. And what we're going to do is everything that we do with our client, we're going to make sure that we are telling them exactly what we are planning on doing. So if you are just coming to see your client, we're going to say, "Good morning, Mrs. Jones. How are you today?"
Good.
Well, are you ready to get up?
Yes.
Okay. Well, I'm going to take the blankets off of you. Okay. And we'll talk about repositioning first. So if you need to reposition your client, sometimes it's nice to even use the check pad. Or if your client can help, you can use, you can have them hang onto the bed rails if you need them to. So I'm just going to reposition her, have her roll to her right, and you may want to place some pillows underneath to kind of make sure she's soft, has a soft area to lay on, so her hip bones or anything that may be causing bed sores, at least now she'll be kind of protected. And also, if you ever notice that like she's starting to feel or get a bed sore on her right side, you can place a pillow underneath her, on this side as well. Or if you feel like she just needs a pillow underneath her feet, you can put one underneath there as well. But it is nice to be able to use the chuck pad or even a sheet to help guide them and reposition them. So now, Mrs. Jones, we are going to get you up out of bed.
Okay.
Now, if you can help in any way, please do.
Okay.
So I always like to make sure, if she can help on that side, I'll have her place her hand kind of to help guide her up. So I'm going to go underneath, move her up. I'm going to have her bend this leg. And what I'm going to do is I'm just going to slowly move her, just in case she has any hip problems. We're going to guide her. We are going to let her dangle and kind of catch her breath, kind of make sure her blood pressure doesn't go crazy and she doesn't pass out. So now we are going to decide what we need to get her to do. So if she needs to get into the wheelchair or on the bedside commode, we are going to bring that nice and close. And we are going to have it prepared for her. Everything is clean. And what we're going to do is we're going to say, if you want to grab onto this bedside commode, I'm going to stand. I'm going to guide her up. And then I'm going to stand and pivot. We're going to have her sit. And then obviously, whatever she needs to do. And then I'm going to assist her up. We'll get her clean. Do everything. Have her sit back down. And then we're going to try to stand with the walker. So what I like to do is make sure when I'm helping her transfer is I put my foot, I kind of put my feet in front of it. So I always make sure nothing can move. And I can even hang on to it as well. But I always make sure that this isn't going to go anywhere when she hangs on. So I'm going to tell Mrs. Jones, go ahead, grab on. And I'm going to put my foot there. And I'm going to hang on. We're going to stand. And then she can sit back down. So that's transferring to a walker. And then we are going to touch base on the gait belt. So put this around her. Okay. Now what I love about the gait belt is that instead of pulling on your client's pants or depends, you're not going to rip of them. This is kind of safer. So you don't want to make it too tight, but just enough. So this is kind of nice to help your client if they're not able to grip or if you just need some more assistance, like I said, you're not pulling on their pants. So I will stand in front of her. She'll put her hands on my shoulders, and I'll tell Mrs. Jones we're going to stand. I'm going to hold on to both sides, and I'm going to stand at the same time. So make sure you're using your leg muscles and you're not pulling from your back. Okay. These do come in handy quite a bit. You can actually find them on Walmart or even on Amazon. They're pretty reasonable. Now we are going to transfer from the bed to the wheelchair. I always make sure the wheelchair is right by the bed. Make sure your wheels are locked in place for safety reasons. And you're going to ask Mrs. Jones, can you grab onto the wheelchair? Okay. I'm going to assist her up. And if she can move or stand and pivot, I will guide her. Have her sit. And that is how you transfer from the bed to the wheelchair. Okay.